welcome to Lety Does playing The Lone Wolf, The Fortress of Death Demo, Part 1. Yeah, that feels wonky to say. I'm finally filming this. It took me a hot moment to get to it because of tech issues, but I think I have an idea that should work. For those of you that have not seen my Lone Wolf Mega Haul, I am going to be playing Lone Wolf, The Fortress of Death, which is an audio game book. It's basically a solo RPG campaign, much like the Huntress books that I've been playing, except in audiobook format, with world-class voice acting and sound effects. But unlike a normal audiobook, this is all done within the Sound Realms app. So it's kind of like a game, and the app is going to handle my dice rolls and manage my stats for me, so I don't even need the paper and the D10 that I usually play with, just my phone. I'll only be playing through the demo because this is like a full-on book, so it would take me hours and hours to completely go through, and I do want to get back to the Huntress. I don't know very much about Lone Wolf lore. Most of my knowledge is from playing Fire on the Water and the Caverns of Caltais as a kid, but this is supposed to take place roughly in 4980, which is about 20 years before the Huntress's story and about 70 years before Lone Wolf's story. And yeah, join me as we follow Qel Dhormos on his adventures in Khazad-dûm. And before that, I wanted to open their deluxe handouts set that I got from backing their Kickstarter. Oh, but before that, I got this poster of Qel Dhormos. Ooh. This poster of Qel Dhormos, and then on the back is a map. So let's have that out. Okay, and now let's open the deluxe handout set, which the creator said should be opened and used along with the game to enhance my experience. So Stubbs the cat. Whatever. Woo! Oh ho ho! I'll put that here, I guess. Okay. Valero. What? What? Oh, these are character sheets. Okay. Yes. Albana. Albana. This is, oh, backwards. What they look like. Oh my. They look dangerous. Another woman with scars on the face, huh? And then Qel Dhormos. And then this is the photo of them. Are these the same text? No. So let me do this side. Alright, so this is Qel Dhormos. This is the guy on the other side of this, on the boat. You are Qel Dhormos, a loyal knight hailing from the nation of Ilion, and a devotee of the League of the Sword. Your knightly order has protected Ilion for over 3.5 millennia from Dracaran slavers, Neel raiders, bandits of Halia, Calm giants, and Kreknal Org Agarashi. A strong alliance exists between Ilion and Telestria, and the Knights of the League form a regiment of cavalry in the army of the King of Telestria. This regiment has been used to crush Dakarim incursions from Ogia that have threatened Gotham. Guided by a strong sense of honor and a strict knighthood code, you are less known for your impressive stature and your shining silver plate armor than for the exceptional bond you once had with your magnificent horse. Originating from the rolling plains of Ilion, the noble far steed are far stronger and more intelligent and willful than a normal horse. They revile and will not willingly serve any person which harbors evil in their hearts. Unfortunately for your order, the power of the Knights of the Sword is waning in Ilion. The elder knights are confident they will continue forever to control the country, but not everyone is happy with the power they wield, and many organizations are trying to erode their authority. The merchant and wizard guilds of Ilion are eager to relegate the League to the role of a standing army, whatever the threats surrounding the country may be. This has drawn the League of the Sword into many skirmishes and military actions in recent years, forcing you and your fellow knights into situations where massed soldiers and trained militia would fare better than a few brave noble knights with limited support and from the rank and file. Day after day, you have seen the greedy and tactical ineptitude of wealthy fools back home lead your brothers and sisters to early, undeserved graves. Even so, devotion and duty mean everything to a knight of Ilion. You lament the tragedy unfolding for the League around you, but you would never consider speaking out against your superiors, no matter how reckless or destructive their orders have become. You are willing to serve to the end, no matter how ignoble, so long as your unbroken honor is laid to rest with you. That is, you would have gone gladly to your death for honor and the League lands of Ilion until that fateful day when everything changed. The night your fair steed was cut down in battle and you suffered the worst imaginable fate. You survived. Oh. I'm like crying. You and your first steed were partners for life. Among those of your order, it is always assumed that when a knight's steed falls in battle, they fall as well. One life, one fate. That phrase is even stitched into the saddle blankets the sword knight's steed wear when riding to battle. It is considered right and proper for a fallen knight to rest beside their bonded fair steeds. But destiny has decreed something different for you. The hail of arrows that took your horse from you left you badly wounded but alive. You rose to defend your dying steed, but the bandits denied you your honorable death by being too weak to finish you off. Instead, they fell to your sword, and you survived their assault. That night, your life was spared, but forever changed. Now, a knight-errant, you have been cast out of your homeland and left with only two choices: perish alone and unremembered, or regain your honor and return. Until that day, you may not ride any beast or travel by carriage or wagon. Without your first steed, you will walk Magnamon until you find either redemption or the peace of the grave. To that end, you have searched for a task worthy of a sword knight or Ilion. You have traveled the land by foot, lending your aid to all those who need it, asking for nothing in return but what little you need to survive. You are no mercenary. Rewards mean nothing to you. All that matters is proving yourself and returning home. Following family stories and when you were a child squire in training, you have come to the meritocracy of Desai. Here, 2 years 2 centuries ago, a sword knight was sent to the elder magi as an ambassador in exchange for trade and treaties. Knight Qel Dhormos agreed to enter Aaand and try to put an end to the evil lord of that dark citadel. She never returned, but her bravery and sacrifice earned the respect of the elder magi and an enduring peace between your nations. According to Dhormos family legends, Lady Qel bore Kalengast, your family's broadsword, into battle against Sadda himself. Its loss has left your family without its greatest symbol of honor. If you can recover the weapon and return it to your house, you could restore your name and regain your rightful place in the order again. In Qel's memory, the elder magi have agreed to your request. Though they have no wish to see another sword knight perish in the Isle of War, they respect your desire and admire your determination. Before gifting you your power key and setting you on your path to redemption, they offered you this advice. Saba would never do your family sword the honor it deserves. Do not look for it in any display or trophy case. If it has not been given to some minion as a disgrace, it has been cast away and forgotten. Seek your ancestor's sword deep beneath the fortress among the refuse pits and mibbins. Keeping those words close, you depart for the dark, distant shore, across the mist-shrouded waves of Lake Kor. For you, this journey can end only one of 2 ways. You shall leave Kazan-un, Kalengast in hand, or not at all. Alright, so that is the story of Qel Dhormos. I'm going to set this kind of aside here. These 2 are other characters that you can play as, I believe, if you buy the season pass, because this is ongoing. Or maybe like you play as them later in the story. I'm not sure, but I do know that we start with Qel Dhormos. So I'm going to just show these off here. And I'm pretty sure I don't need them right now. So I'm going to kind of tuck them away back into the envelope that they came in. If I do need them, then I'll just take them back out again. But I know it starts with Qel Dhormos, so I'll have Qel Dhormos' sheet out. And I will put these away like that. Okay. All right. And then here we have the app itself, which is available on iOS and Android. Clicking on my profile here, you will see I'm not logged in. And here we have Sound Realms' other offerings, but of course we want the Fortress of Death. We're logged out. Yes, I know. And then going here to game settings, I am going to turn on show text and debug mode. You probably will not need these when you yourself are playing, but for the sake of my recording and having this like work out, I'm going to turn them on. And then if you go down here to the credits, you'll see in loving memory of Joe Deaver, original creative Lone Wolf. Here is everyone that was making this game possible. And if you go here, and if you scroll all the way down here, there, right there, it's me! Because I backed the Kickstarter! And then, yeah, so as I mentioned, I'm going to have these 2 boxes checked because I am not going to be doing the captions for the audio there, because it is going to be on screen. So I'm just going to kind of scroll along for where the audio is, and hopefully that makes sense. So I have here my S Pen so that I can kind of more precision select, and then let's press start demo. So this is me, Qel Dhormos, and then, oh, okay, choose adventurer. So I guess there would be other people here on the screen. Alright, and this, Night Spirit. I have already read this because it's on the paper. Okay. Combat skill represents your fighting ability and skill with weapons. A higher combat skill means you're more likely to succeed in combat. Roll d10. Ooh! A 10! Thank you. Endurance represents your health and stamina. When this reaches 0, your character dies. Roll d10. A 4. I knew I couldn't get both of those good at the same time. Willpower? Willpower represents your mental fortitude and magical resistance. It's used for special abilities and resisting magical effects. Roll d10. Oh, what? I'm weak. Mentally weak. Abilities. As part of your training, you have learned 5 of the abilities listed below. The choice of which 5 abilities these are is for you to make, as all of the abilities may be of use to you at some point on your perilous quest. Pick your 5 with care. The correct use of an ability at the right time can save your life. Power of the sword. The sword knight has been trained to use a broadsword with great efficiency. They can deliver powerful blows that can easily crush many enemies. When they use a broadsword, the sword knight deals 2 additional points of endurance damage. Strength of arm. Through exercise and constant training, a sword knight can develop their strength to the point where they can use their heavy broadsword with one hand only. This allows the knight to also equip a shield or use their other hand freely in battle. Fair steed's loss. The fair steed given to each knight is not a mere horse, it is the sword knight's trusted companion and partner. The knight can communicate with his fair steed and give the mount orders without telling a word. As a knight-errant, this ability has changed. You feel the loss of your steed acutely at all times. While this is a constant torment, it does provide a defense of sorts against other forms of mental trauma. You reduce any loss of endurance or willpower from psychic sources by half. Stand your ground. All sword knights are bonded with a fair steed and trained in mounted combat from a very early age. The knight with this discipline becomes a powerful mounted fighter, a deadly and dangerous pairing on the battlefield. As a knight-errant, this ability has changed. Your training in changes and mounted combat has also given you great insight into the vulnerabilities of your enemies, even when you are on foot. You may pay 1 willpower and receive a bonus to your combat skill equal to half your rank rounded down during that round. Shout of power. Once during this adventure, a sword knight can emit the powerful battle cry, "By the sword!" This will reduce the combat skill of their enemies by a number of points equal to half this rank, rounded down. Every enemy in the current battle is affected by this loss. This shout is straining. The knight loses 4 endurance points. Sword Knight's Litany. By chanting the Sword Knight's Litany during their battles, the knight hardens their mental and physical resolve. When the knight is the target of a magical attack, they may choose to lose willpower instead of endurance. As part of a Sword Knight's training in the learning of the litany, they study martial and religious texts from many other nations. This gives them a chance to decipher written languages encountered during their adventures. Soul's Echo. When the knight is mounted and attacks an enemy, the first seed attacks the same enemy at the same time. When they focus their attention in battle, few foes survive them. As a knight errant, this ability has changed. Constant training in battle with your steed has given you an almost supernatural ability to shrug off injury, as if the spirit of your steed is still defending you in some way. Anytime you suffer endurance loss during combat, you reduce the amount by 1 point. Power of Allies. The knight has faith in their allies and fights willingly alongside them. The knight's leadership in battle can be truly inspiring, drawing out the very best in anyone they command. This ability also reflects long hours of training in social skills, courtly etiquette, and diplomacy. It is said a sword knight, given a chance to speak before a battle, could make peace with a raging doom wolf. While this might be an exaggeration, the Knights of Ilion are rightly famed for their manners and charisma. Weapon of choice. A Knight of Ilion is trained to use any noble weapon of war, but is specialized in using broadsword and lance. By choosing this discipline, the Sword Knight gains a +2 bonus to his combat skill when wielding a broadsword or lance. This training also provides a keen eye for the quality of arms and armor, as well as a passing knowledge of blacksmithing, leatherworking, and bowcraft. Cavalry's Shadow. The knight knows how to drive themselves to glory while fighting on horseback. There are many mounted soldiers in Magnamon, but the Sword Knight of Ilion possess strength and skill in the saddle to which few others can aspire. As a knight errant, this ability has changed. Without your fast steed, you have been forced to fall back on the training given to you as a squire when you were expected to assist your training knights while fighting on foot. This ability allows you to fight almost as well as a mounted knight for a brief period of time, paying 1 willpower to gain +2 against enemies on foot and a +1 against mounted foes. Okay, so Qel Dhormos, his first steed is like very important to him. And that was like the final fucking straw for him. So I think it just makes sense to select everything that has to do with him now being a knight errant. And anything with his first seed. Soul's Echo. Stand Your Ground. Farsteed's Loss, of course. And I like the Shout of Power. I think that's kind of great, so let's continue. Alright guys, so I thought this was going to be a 1-part video, but it ended up getting kind of long, so I'm splitting it into 2 parts. So this will be the end of part 1, and stay tuned for part 2. That is all I got for you guys for now. Get out there, do all the stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye!